Hello Commanders and welcome to Melliodas Gaming in a new Conflict of Nations video. Today we are going to rank the infantries that you see in front of you from worst to the best ones. Of course I am going to explain all the details and the informations you need to know about these infantries and soft targets. So keep watching till the end and let's see which is going to be the worst to the best. Okay, you can see here that we have all the set of the infantries. We can go to the research and I am going to explain all the details. Of course, this ranking only is focused on the max level units because a lot of things change from level 1 to the max level. So in the max level units, in the position 6, I am going to give it for the airborne infantries. The worst ones for me. The worst ones for me are the modern airborne. Why? First of all, they are extremely expensive, 1,500 manpower, and they consume electronics as well. That's so expensive, and also you need army base level 1 and air base level 2 to make them. Also, behind that, they are so and very slow. They operate only through air assault. You can see here, through air assault. You cannot move them on land because they are going to take ages to go from place to place. Also, they have a lot of penalties here. You can see the only bonuses they have is only defense bonus plus 25% in the cities, which is the lowest and the worst bonuses that an infantry can get. The worst one for me is the air mobile infantries. In position 5, I am going to give it for the Marines, the naval infantries. Well, why? First of all, they are also so expensive. They need army base level 2, naval base level 2, and the recruiting office level 1. So in order to make these infantries, you are going to make a marathon of buildings to be able to make one. Also, they are also expensive because they consume 1,500 manpower, supplies, and components. The good thing about the Marines is that they have a very good damage versus infantries in the cities with plus 50% in the urban and suburban lands in the cities. But what really makes them special is amphibious option. That means they do not have cities and they do not need cities and ports to be able to land and enter lands. They can enter from any province possible. But in Conflict of Nations, that's not really a problem because we have a lot of cities in the game, so it's not really a big problem to land in cities, which is not for me a very game-changing thing. Yet the Marines, they made it to our position 5. In the 4th position, I am going to give it for the mechanized infantries. Well, the mechanized infantries, they are the ones with the highest hit points. They are beasts, they are armored, they really can suffer a lot of damage. They only need army base level 2 and recruiting office level 1, but the bad thing is that they consume components. Components that I can use for Air Force, I can use for navies. 1,150 components is significant, to be honest. But they are very strong against hard targets. In defense, in open lands, with this boost, with this bonus in open lands, in snow, and also in desert and Sahara, it makes them very strong against hard targets, as with amazing defensive abilities and also high hit points. Without mentioning their damage versus the aircrafts and helicopters. Just imagine a stack of 10 mechanized infantry's max level is going to give a damage of 37 versus helicopters without boosts, without penalties. With the boost, it's going to be more. That's significant and very good. Actually, they can also deploy armament. Deploy armament such as UGVs, of course the unmanned ground vehicles. You can deploy them to make your units more lethal and stronger. In the top 3 now, the 3rd position I'm going to give it for the almighty National Guard. Actually, you do not need max level National Guard. Level 1 is only enough. First of all, let's see the level 1 National Guard, guys. Look at this. They are extremely cheap. You only need a recruiting office that can be built in only 30 minutes. 400 supplies, 250 components, 550 manpower, and the daily upkeep is so low, very low. The bonuses they have, they do not, first of all, they do not have like penalties. National Guards, they are immune against penalties. No minuses here, only bonuses. Plus 25% in the open lands, plus 25% in the forests, plus 50% in the cities, plus 50% in the suburban. Actually, National Guards, they are very weak. You can see only half a point against hard targets. But the good thing about National Guards, they are very, very low cost. And they do not need a lot of time to be able to be mobilized. Their research time is very short, and also mobilization time is 8 hours. So in a 4-speed game, you can spam hundreds of National Guards in one single day. That means you will be having a lot of land units that you can use to distract your enemy, or also you can use to spam them inside your cities to defend your homeland cities. Of course, spamming National Guards will give you a lot of reserves of other resources to focus on Air Force, navies, support units such as the multiple rocket launchers and anti-missile systems, etc. So, National Guards, they are going to enable you to build a strong army. In this second position, I am going to give it for the special forces. Here in the European doctrine, we have the SIS. The special forces, look at this first, the features. They have an endless amount of features. I spent 1 week explaining the features of the modern SIS, and yet I cannot finish because they have a lot of perks, a lot of strength. Yeah, I know, they are expensive, yes, they consume a lot of electronics and components, and also you need army base level 3 and air base level 1 and recruiting office level 1 to mobilize special forces. But guys, look at this. First of all, they are stealth units. Stealth units. Only drones, max level gunships, and level 5 AWACS can see the special forces. I don't think the AWACS can actually detect stealth units, land units, only aircrafts. I will verify this information. But this stealth feature is very useful and epic. Also, they are amphibious, the same feature as the Marines. They can scout. You know, in the sight range, this is the sight range. For example, in the mountains, 50. In the radius of 50, you can see any kind of other land unit, any kind. And it gives you the exact composition. For example, a stack of special forces and tanks and support. It will show you the numbers and the identity of each support. They can storm position. What this feature means. If they enter a city that has bunkers, you know, bunkers reduce the attacking abilities, etc. So the special forces, they totally ignore the bunkers and hit directly the enemy. The air assault feature, it's very, very useful. The airborne infantries, they have this feature, the air assault. Yeah, you can use the special forces on land, they are very fast on land, or you can use them as air assault. Special forces made it to the second position as one of the most lethal and strongest units. But the only bad thing about the special forces, they cannot conquer land. They cannot conquer land. All the other units can, only the special ops, they cannot. And of course, the first one remaining is the motorized infantries. You are going to ask me why the motorized infantries? Well, the reason simply is this: the attack range. Since this feature has been added to the modern infantries, the motorized infantries, from level 6 you can get that attack range. This unit has been up, has been the best, has been in the top, because you can literally attack enemies without being touched. You can attack from distance. 10 motorized infantries versus 10 main battle tanks, the motorized infantries will win, because they can hit and run, unless you are in open grounds, because in open grounds those main battle tanks, they can chase you and kick you. Well, in other conditions, in the majority of conditions, Motorized infantries can hit from distance, rogue states, they can hit other units, camped armored targets, they can hit everything from distance. Of course, everything on land, not ships, not submarines, of course. This what gave the motorized infantries the top type of infantry in my ranking, the best infantry in my ranking. They can conquer lands and they can be ferried, airlifted, no other features, only this attack range. The attack range makes it a small artillery. Well, we have also the bonus in the forest, the defense bonus in the forest, city and suburbans, and we have the penalties in snow, jungles and mountains. Thank you guys for watching today's episode about the ranking about the infantries. Let me do a small recap. Position 6, airborne infantries. Position 5, marines. Position 4, mechanized infantries. Position 3, national guards. Second position, special forces. And top 1, motorized infantries. Thank you guys and see you in the next video.